today is... She's so excited. Today is kind of a special and maybe sad day. It's Lily's last day. It's Lily's last day as an only puppy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share something that has happened recently that is very exciting and fun. So I guess I'll just jump right into it. Anyone that's been watching my channel, sorry, it seems like it got dark all of a sudden in here. Anyone that's been watching my channel fairly regularly or even just seen a few videos, you'll know that I have a dog named Lily. Lily. There she is. She's usually somewhere in the background or like beside me or walking across the couch, something like that. She is a mini Australian Shepherd Poodle mix, so an Aussie Doodle. And she is 6 years old. She turned 6 at the end of April. And yeah, so I guess without further ado, I don't really know how to jump into this, but basically I adopted a puppy and yeah, about a month ago. So I will bring her in here. Come here. Come here. Chewing on something. Okay. This is Stella. Stella is also a mini Aussie Doodle. She is 4 months old and she is a lot of fun. So a little bit about her, or how I came across her, or how I was able to adopt her, I guess. I don't know. Basically, long story short, I was scrolling on Facebook and I saw this little photo. I'll insert that here. So it was a shelter or a rescue that posted it and said this little puppy is looking for a home. And instantly I was like, yep, I gotta have her. And I put in my application like within minutes of them posting that. And yeah, I didn't tell anyone about it, not even Blake. And because I didn't know, I assumed that since it was on Facebook that there's probably going to be several people putting in their application because her cute little face. And so I kind of thought that it probably wasn't going to happen for me. So when I put in my application, they let me know pretty quickly that I was third in line. So I was like, okay, I'm sure like probably these two other people, it's going to work out. And then when we were traveling up north for my birthday camping trip, I received an email saying that I was now second in line. And I was like, oh crap, I should probably tell Blake. So I was like feeling really nervous about telling him because in the past when I've brought up getting another dog, it's kind of not been like something that's gone over very well, obviously, because we haven't ever gotten another dog. So I was nervous to tell him, and I was just also nervous to tell him that I kind of did it without asking him or seeing how he felt about it. So it ended up, we were just in the car, and I just kind of blurted out, I was like, I need to tell you something. I'm second in line to adopt this puppy. And yeah, so that was the end of April. And then at some point, I was notified that I was now first in line. And small world. So the rescue is about an hour from where we live. And such a small world, it turned out that somebody here in the town that we live in was actually fostering her. So she was in the same town as us. It's crazy. And with people we know from church. So even crazier. Such a small world. And I had never even heard of this rescue, or I didn't even know it was associated with people that we know or that are in this town. Crazy. So anyways, we communicated back and forth with them, and then on May 7th, we went and picked her up. We had to meet at the like rescue's headquarters, or like the main location, the shelter, whatever. And yeah, we did that on May 7th, which was Blake and I's 6-year anniversary that we've been together. So it was kind of fun to celebrate this way. We were both feeling like really nervous and anxious and sick about it because, well, for several reasons. Because of poor little Lily, we didn't know how she would react, and of course she's our first priority because she's our first baby, and we wanted to make sure we were making a good choice for her as well. And also, little Stella here, she is actually, she's deaf and partially blind. So I had no idea like what that would be like, or you know, I don't know, I just didn't even know what to expect. I'd never been around a puppy that was born that way. I know that older dogs, like Blake had a dog named Sparky that lived to be like 18, and towards the end of his life there, he was probably deaf and blind. We never got that confirmed, but I mean, we're pretty sure he was. Anyways, so I didn't know what that would be like with a puppy, and I didn't know if it would be too much for us, or if, you know, maybe I wasn't the best fit to be, you know, for her to live here and be a part of our family, I guess. So anyways, we went to get her, and we took Lily with us. And they had a lot of other dogs there. It was a bit overwhelming. Yeah, that's all I'll say about that, I guess. Just a bit overwhelming with all the dogs kind of up on the fence, kind of like something you'd see in a movie or like the sad commercial. Anyway, but they got us in a little room with her, and right away I was like, she's a normal puppy. She is so much fun. She, you know, I hate to say this, but I thought she would just be kind of like scared and like cowardly and running into walls and just kind of like lost in the world. And she is not that way at all. Well, sometimes she gets lost, but that's different. But yeah, so we got her home, and things have been pretty well for the most part. Really, girl? There's a little puppy leaving the rescue. It took Lily quite a while for her to adapt to having a new sister and having to share everything. That was probably the biggest adjustment, of course. And it's been about a month now, and they get along pretty well. Lily will get a little growly with her over bones and things like that, even though they're the puppy's bones for teething. But yeah, at first Lily kind of wanted nothing to do with her. Yeah, she kind of cowered from her. One weird thing that happened in my backyard, so you have to step off the deck into the grass. That's where they go potty, of course. And Lily would not go in the grass. Like a week after we got Stella, she would not go in the grass. Like, I don't know. It was just weird. I had to lift her up and put her in the grass. So that was weird. And then, of course, keeping them out of each other's food is kind of a challenge. I have to like put up a baby gate. One gets fed in the kitchen, one gets fed in the living room, but that's working okay. And let's see, Lily has gained some weight, so we're working on that and getting her kind of back to what she should be, because she's 6 years old and she should not be gaining weight, but she's gained about 2 pounds. So we're keeping a close eye on her and making sure she's good too. what was I going to say? Oh, Stella's name was not Stella. It was Chloe originally. That's what the foster or the rescue named her. They had spelt it Chlowi, Chloe. So yeah, that was not really a good fit. We called her Puppy for probably 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Like every day I would come up with a list of names and Blake and I'd be like, no, that doesn't work. That doesn't fit. That's a, no. And finally, I think it was Blake suggested Stella and that kind of stuck. So that is how her name became Stella. She is very sweet, very sassy. She's very much a normal puppy, like I said. She is working on potty training. That is our biggest, working on just all sorts of trainings, I guess. It's very scary to have her get loose. It's happened twice now. She's very slippery. She can slip through the door and just be booking it. Like the one time I was doing the dishes and stepped outside to put a milk carton in the garbage. I look over and I just see her little bouncy body going down my driveway. And so then it's hard because I can't holler for her because she can't hear because she's deaf. And I don't want to scare her by charging at her. So I'm trying to tiptoe run behind her. And then finally I was able to scoop her up when she stopped to sniff something. But yeah, that is very scary. It happened one other time when Blake was here. We were carrying stuff in and out to the garage, and yeah, that very first time I cried because it was so scary, because yeah, you just don't know, especially when she was brand new here, she hadn't really bonded to us yet, and I was like, she could just be gone. I mean, scary. So definitely something we're working with. We're working on different hand commands, and definitely working on come. That's kind of a hard one. It's come here. So we're working on that one. Working on sit, of course, just kind of all the basic things as far as that goes. When she goes potty, I've been watching several YouTube videos, and so it's hard because you can't just stand there and say go potty, and then say good girl, like I would for Lily. So I'm doing when she goes or does any of her commands that we're working on, she gets a thumbs up. So that's her good girl. We'll see how that goes. That's just what I'm trying to do so far, because also if you reach too fast to pet her, and pet her head and say good girl, that startles her. So yeah, that's obviously different than a normal puppy, but I think it's going well, and we're just kind of still learning things and figuring each other out. We went over Memorial Weekend. We went out of town, and she stayed with a family that has a deaf dog, and they have a 1-year-old, Puggle something. Anyways, they had a bell on the rope hanging on the door. And I've never thought of trying that. I knew it was a thing, but with Lily, we never tried teaching her to do that or anything. But apparently, they told us when we went to pick up Stella that she had been hitting the bell and they'd let her out. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. No way did she figure that out in 2 nights, 2 days. No way. And so I got home, I got into our fishing gear and got our the bells that we put on our fishing pole when we're catfishing. And I hung one from a piece of yarn on the door, and sure enough, she hits that little bell, and we let her out. So that's going pretty well. There's just times where just potty training is just difficult. It's hard because they've got such a short attention span. And today it was so hot out, it was she just wanted to stay inside, and she'd just go potty inside because it was more convenient for her. It's like, no, we're not doing that. So, yeah, she's been sleeping in a playpen beside the bed. That's where we started her, and I would reach my hand down in there, to whenever she was crying or we're getting her settled in there. And so that was good. And now she starts in the playpen, and then pretty consistently we're letting her out at least once during the night. And so once I do that, and when I come back in with her, I'm letting her sleep in bed with me. So she's doing that, and then she makes it all the way into the morning. And this morning we even slept until 8. So she's getting really good at that. But yeah, that's kind of all I can think of. I just wanted to share. She's trying to sleep, and I keep picking her up. How rude! I just wanted to share her, and I'm sure you'll be seeing her in videos and just different things. Because yeah, she's a part of our family now. And she is so sweet. She's very cuddly. Very cuddly. Oh, she's falling asleep. But yeah, she's a sweetheart. I mean, look at her. She's falling asleep in my arms right now. Oh, she's so cute. Ah. Yeah. Alright. I better end the video now. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Lily, are you letting her eat your food? She just had breakfast. You don't care? That's very nice of you.